Welcome back, family. Tyrese and DJ Envy had a little rift recently from issues that they've had in the past. Tyrese, who was instrumental in the efforts of reconciling DJ Envy and his wife, felt that Envy was inappreciative and certainly wasn't there for him when Tyrese and his wife was going through a divorce. Tyrese came on the Breakfast Club and didn't hold back as to how he felt that the support he had for Envy wasn't reciprocated. And DJ Envy addressed why it wasn't. He said that he was appreciative of Tyrese's efforts, but there was some flagrant fouls that were committed on Tyrese's end towards DJ Envy's wife. Tyrese had been on a rampage for the last 6 or 7 years, and one of the most strange things that he did while going through a custody battle with his ex-wife, who left him recently, I wonder why, but he went to his social media to say that Will Smith was going to help him in his attorney fees battling this ex-wife of his for the custody of his daughter, and Will Smith pledged $5 million to him.
Just went live. Thank you to Coca-Cola for the product placement. They know I'm going broke. I'm waiting on my Will Smith wire that ain't came in yet.
This was something that he totally made up. So Tyrese has not been in his right mind for quite some time. Now, I personally believe that some of Tyrese's antics are fake. He's playing to the media just to get attention, to pull at the heartstrings of the public to help him in whatever situation that he's going through, pulling for sympathy. But check this out.
Don't take my baby, please. Don't take my baby. Don't take my baby. Oh, this is all I got. Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I'm gonna be labeled as insensitive, but listen, I plead guilty to those charges because this is who I am. I might be a dick, but personally, I don't believe these rants from this Tyrese dude is real. Personally, you cannot convince me those tears are anything outside of crocodile tears. This is an act, and I'm not here for it. Tyrese, you're full of shit, in my opinion. And again, if I'm being insensitive, guilty as charged. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But check this out and tell me if he convinced you that these tears were real.
He loved us so much that he cooks for us every day. And he's go 5 days in pain. And he's so fucking passionate about just feeding us privately. He's been suffering for 5 days. So now, this is the first day I'm able to give my wife some good energy. And the first time I had a conversation with my wife to clarify everything. So you know what, Chef? I got you, baby. I got you.
Now again, please excuse how I interpret this. I don't know any men, have never seen any men in all of my life act like this. This is abnormal to me. Yes, perhaps he might be experiencing some mental health issues, but how do you cry 1 minute in regards to your chef's health condition, and the next minute you're doing this?
We all have heard the saying, happy wife, happy life. Let me show you happy wife and happy life. My wife is happy, so this is me. What? This is the happiest food delivery of all time. Now, if you don't know what I'm doing right now, that's called a twerk. Oh, what? Twerk. You better get motherfucker, do it, put it, and down. Put it, chill it, put it, sorry. So, I'm gonna go on and deliver this food right now. Now don't follow me, all right?
show some respect. The Gibsons. Peace.
Now look, like I said before, I don't know men that act this way, and we keep in mind of his mental condition and what he might be going through. But outside of that, I just haven't seen this. I'm not aware of what this is, and to me, this is odd, this is weird. So DJ Envy and Tyrese had something brewing for many, many years, and Tyrese went on the Breakfast Club recently, and everything spilled out.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's kind of like when a preacher tells you something in church, right? And the preacher tells you what you need to do to be better. Then you look at the preacher's life and you say, how do you teach me something that you're not doing? I don't respect the preacher anymore. Oh shit. I respect the message and how it came. But you know what I've been through, and you know how I changed as a man and as a person. And you were there for it. You was a brother for it. But then when I look at my brother and saying what he's telling me to do and how he's telling me to live, he's not living that way, I don't respect it. To this point, I took a step back because I didn't know what you were going through, and I tried to talk to you, and I seen who you were, and I didn't even like who you were online. And to my point, I tried, and when I seen how you were talking this way, I said, I'm going to take a step back.
And you know, when me and Tyrese had a conversation.
How convenient? Yeah, how convenient? Yeah, when the way you were talking, the way that you were.
How convenient to step back.
What you mean?
I never stepped back from you.
I mean,
it's right.
You should have.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner.
You mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth.
And I didn't. No,
we were talking because this is something that I never wanted to say, and since he wants to be, well, why Envy? I'm telling him why.
The things that I said and did, the people that I rubbed the wrong way, the things that I posted, my conduct overall that was literally out of my control. I've literally prayed that people can find it in their heart to not hold me to something that I said and did while I was literally out of my mind.
So these issues were hashed out on the Breakfast Club. But for some reason, when everybody shook hands and said everything is cool, Tyrese got back home and decided to take to his social media and address some of the things that he felt he didn't get a chance to address in the Breakfast Club.
First of all, I think of all things that hurt me. Anybody who knows me knows that I know and been around some of the most beautiful people, you know, girlfriends, baby mamas, wives. It's not even in my character to disrespect any man, specifically his wife. And yes, they can milk, not they, because I
trying to
don't
prove
even
a
know
point that is unprovable.
that his wife actually feels this way.
As
but it's
your
okay
actions
to milk
have
the
dictated
psych
who
man.
you are
You
mentally.
said a bunch of shit that
Most
you
people
you reckless.
are not
You know what? I'm
really
still on my
invested in what you have to
apology tour. Y'all
say.
seen
They
everything I
see
spoke
you as a
about in
nut
the
job.
interview.
But
But I literally just had to
carry
pull
on,
up some
Tyrese.
receipts. And I had to go and look at my phone and say, when is the last time we were actually communicating? And does anything about our communication feel like I actually disrespected his wife or him? Because whether I was on psych meds or not, you're not describing me. You're not describing me as a man. That was the most hurtful thing ever. Charlamagne said, well, what did he say? Want to box you in the mouth. Hee hee ha ha. So, listen. I'm not going to show y'all what we were
These
texting
dates
about. I
that you're
just wanna
trying to
show you
prove
that
as
says DJ
exchanges
Envy wife,
between
DJ
you
Envy
and
mission.
Envy's wife and you and Envy
That's when I was on a
means
mission to
nothing.
help
Envy
any way
was
I could to step in and
absolutely
help this marriage.
sincere with the fact
And
that he had
then,
an issue with
If you
you.
look here,
This
that
doesn't mean
says
anything,
August
Tyrese. Why are you
23rd,
doing this? This doesn't nothing to help your
2022.
case. You should have left this alone.
This is a text
Let
chain.
lying dogs lay. Why are you doing this? You do
2017,
yourself
2018,
an injustice,
where I
personally.
supposedly disrespected his wife, and I was blocked. I got receipts. If your wife blocked
know.
me, if you blocked me,
Is it the fact that he's really
how are we
out of his
communicating
mind?
about anything?
We clearly see that there might
August
be
23rd,
something wrong with this dude,
2022.
but
But for him to go on the airwaves and say, I wanted to box
knows?
you in the mouth, because you disrespected my wife. My wife blocked you, I blocked you, and I just unblocked you a month ago. That's a fucking lie, bro. That is a lie.
Yeah. Tyrese is calling me a liar. For people that don't know, I stopped talking to Tyrese, and there was a reason why I stopped talking to Tyrese. Not because only did I think he was a bozo and full of ish, but also because of the way that I felt he was talking and conducting business with my wife. Well, what he actually did was, when they were talking, he was one of those dudes, and we all know that guy that tries to plant those seeds. If you had a man like me, it wouldn't have went down like that. I would have never. And I never said anything. And I'm gonna tell you why I never said anything. I never said anything because, yes, Tyrese was there and he did help save my marriage. And I was like, I just don't want to ish on that. So I just kept it quiet and I just stepped away from him. Because it's difficult because you have somebody that helped, but then you also have somebody that's trying to hurt.
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on 2 different occasions. Once many years ago when he did do that amazing thing for us. He and I became friends, and we were very cool, and we spoke often. And a lot of times you'd be laying in the bed next to me while I was talking to him. And at first everything was cool, but for me, it got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. And you felt as though lines were being crossed, and we both decided that we were going to take a step back. And, you know, there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention, where if I didn't give him my time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset, and let me know what his expectations were of me. And, you know, at that time, I didn't feel as though he was going through any mental issues. I didn't feel as though he was facing any mental challenges at that time. I know that he does go through things, and I know that he has been on medication, but at that time I felt as though he was very clear-minded and everything seemed cool. I would feel more comfortable just being general and saying that, you know, there was flirting and inappropriate compliments for a woman who's married.
Now, DJ Envy brings up the fact that Tyrese might be a predator, and he was warned by one of Tyrese's employees about the fact that Tyrese had done the employee the same way he was trying to do DJ Envy. He was trying to get at that employee's wife, and DJ Envy shared the warning text from that employee with Charlamagne and read the text. How real is any of this? I'm sure that text is real because he sent it to Charlamagne, and Charlamagne confirmed that, yeah, there was a text.
What does that text say?
I'm not reading this.
It says, yo, DJ Envy blessings. Stay away from Tyrese, bro. He tried to destroy my marriage and career. He will do the same to y'all. Please, I'm open to talk to you. I'm not trying to gain anything from this. I'm just sick of the devil, and I refuse to know what I know and not tell good people what's up with that cat. Please stay away. He will try and get your wife. What's the date of that?
July 8th, 2022.
July 8th, 2022. So
it actually says, please stay away. He will try to get you and your wife.
Right. Shut up. But that just shows that's him as a person. Then the guy, he posts his picture and tells you his name, tells you who his wife is, tells you the people he knows. He says, I want you to be real, because that's what Tyrese did. He did it to me, flirted with my wife, and he's doing it with you. He had no idea, because I don't even know this gentleman.
I don't know why y'all didn't have that conversation when he was just up here.
Because I didn't want to disrespect him. I was like, I'm just gonna tell him what it is and leave it at that. He apologized, and he said it was the psych meds. Remember, it's the psych meds. Oh my God, I would never. Bull-ish.
Look, the day after Envy took to the radio, brought on his wife to confirm that he was in fact not a liar, Tyrese took back to his social media to address the interview that Envy and his wife did. At this point, these guys are going too far. Leave it alone. Leave each other alone. Don't mess with each other. Just go your separate ways. There's no need to continue this. And in Tyrese's latest post, he actually invite Envy to pull up to his Atlanta home. Envy's gonna be in Atlanta in a few days, and Tyrese invites Envy to pull up. which I believe is a waste of time. These guys, go your separate ways. Tyrese had done something great for Envy and his wife at a time, and I personally believe that Tyrese violated. So just go your separate ways and leave it at that.
If I said and did something, I'm never above an apology. I don't gaslight, I don't play victim, and I don't run from no smoke, especially if it's something that I said and did and caused. So when you get to Atlanta, I'll text you my address. Nobody's gonna be around and no camera's gonna be rolling. What do you gotta say? What do you feel? What's on your mind that we never had an opportunity to chop it up about while we're on the Breakfast Club, because there was only so much time to address it? But y'all ain't gonna keep coming at me on your show, and I'm not gonna keep responding on Instagram. You're on your way to my city, where I now live, the ATL. A real man would pull up, which I've tried to get you to do at least 7 times since you've been in and out of the city over the last 4 or 5 years. So do you feel a way about me or not? Did I disrespect or say anything or do anything inappropriate towards your wife, allegedly, or not? Because once we have the conversation, this shit is over. We move the fuck on.
Is Tyrese this low down? Did Tyrese inject himself into the DJ Envy and Gia drama, his wife, just to be able to get close to her so he can snipe her on the low? I don't know, but it certainly is pointing to it. But is he to be held accountable? Does his mental illness and the fact that we all know that this man has challenges mentally, is that to be excusable? And if you came on the Breakfast Club and Envy hashed it out with you and said, it's all forgiven, it's all over, why would you then take to your social media and carry this thing out? I believe that Tyrese is a little more calculating than we give him credit for. I don't believe his crying rants are real. I think they're fake. He's an actor. He's able to pull that type of stuff off. But again, maybe I'm just an insensitive jerk. You let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you've gotten this far in the video, please be sure to leave a like. Cost you nothing. My opinions are my own. You guys have your own. And I'd like to hear how you guys feel about what I've said. And as always, leave your opinions, check me, challenge me, show me a different point of view, and I'll be sure to answer your comments. And thank you for checking me out one more time. Catch you in the next one.